We were looking at string functions. We first looked at substr. Now we want to look at split. Now split allows us to split a string into multiple components. So we can use it to split information from one string variable to multiple string variables. What is the syntax for this? So you specify split and then you write the name of the string variable that you want to split into multiple components. And then after comma, you use parse. And in parse, in double quotation marks, you specify the character you want to split based on. Now, this character can be a comma, it can be a colon, it could be a dash, it can also be a blank space even. You could even split just based on a blank space, right? In that case, you just write double, you just in within your double quotation marks, just have a blank space. Now, Stata, what it will do is it will split the string variable that you have specified over here wherever it sees the characters specified in parse. So wherever the character appears, that many times the string gets split. Now the original string variable will still remain. Stata, what it will do is it will create new additional string variables based on how you want to split it. Let's look at two examples. So let's work with this. So we have this data set. Let's just browse it. Hmm. So now let's say we want to split name and user ID from the name variable, right? You want to split them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to specify split and then I'm going to specify the name of the string variable I want to split, which is name. And then after comma, we will specify parse. And in parse and double quotation marks, we will specify based on what do we want to split the string variable, right? So we want the string variable to be split based on comma, right? Because in all of its observations, before the comma, you have name and after the comma, you have the user ID or the roll number, right? So we want to split based on comma in the string variable, right? So we want Stata that wherever this comma appears, it splits the string variable. In this case, the comma only appears once in each of its observations. So this variable will be split into two variables, right? And the original variable will remain. If there were like two commas over here in each of the observations, or even and some observations in Stata would have just so if there were like two commas in the string variables, and Stata would have split the variable twice. So let's see. So now we can notice what has happened is, so original string variable remains. What Stata has done, it has created two additional variables, one name one, one name two, and it has split it based on the comma, right? Before the comma, the name part is in name one, and after the comma, the roll number part is in name two. How do we use split to extract user ID from email, right? Say we didn't have the user ID already, so we wanted to extract it from email, right? So what we will do is we can obviously can use substr here like we did in the first part, but here what we're going to do is we will do split. We'll write the name of the string variable email, and then after comma we'll write parse. Then after parse and double quotation marks, a quotation in the double quotation marks, we'll basically specify the the character we want to split based on. In this case, we want to split based on this symbol, right? At the rate of symbol. So what we're going to do is, so we're going to specify this, right? Because we know, okay, before this we have the user ID and after this we have our view.edu, right? So you want to split email based on this character. Um, so we will do this, and what Stata will do is, see, the original string variable remains. What it has done is just created two variables, right? Like one is email one, which contains the part before this character based on which we want to split, which is the user ID part, and one which basically contains the part that comes after the special character, which is rvu.edu. So now obviously you can just drop email two. We do not need that. So in this way, we have extracted user ID from email using split. Now let's look at another example. Now say in this we want to remove the time from the creation date variable. The time is this 000, or this is our time, right? One approach we looked at was to use substr. Another approach is to use parse to split based on blank space. What I mean is to split, write the name of the string variable you want to apply it on, creation date, comma, parse. Here I want to split based on blank space because there's a blank space before the date part and before the time part. So what Stata is going to do is it's going to split this variable into two. One is going to be the part before the blank space, which is the date, and one is going to be the part after the date, after the blank space, which is the time, which is what we're interested in. So when we do this, we will notice what has happened is Sorry. Yeah. Let's look at this. Okay, so what Stata has done is the original variable still remains. We'll see over here, right? The original variable still remains. But now what has happened is Stata has created two new additional variables. One that contains the part of the creation date variable before the blank space, which you wanted to split based on, which is the date, and one which contains the part after the blank space, which is the time. So this way you can split a string variable into multiple components using split.